What's up, everybody? This is your boy Anis Taylor,
And I'm Cody Eddings.
and welcome to another episode of the Snap Refund Podcast. So here we are. It's been a long journey. The year's about to come to an end. It's been a heck of a 2023. Man, Cody, how you been feeling?
It's been good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to taking some time off maybe in a few weeks from now and getting to be with family and my dogs, canines, and my friends and just chill. How about you?
Same thing, man. Really, I mean, just the whole year has been so tough, really, with just all the different things that we've had to go through with Snap Refund. But it's been a really fun journey. It's been really exhausting, I will have to say, just within all the different things that we had to do this year, all the places that we had to go. But I'm really going to take the time to really just enjoy spending it with my family, and really soaking in the year because it's been a heck of a year. I think the last time we had our podcast, we were actually at Google headquarters in Boulder, Colorado for Demo Day. So we never really talked to our listeners about how Demo Day went. I want to know from you, how do you feel Demo Day went?
I think it was amazing. It was great. And for those of you that don't know, demo day, a common thing with accelerators in general, at the end of the program, you get a chance to present and talk about how your company has been and what's happened since the program started. So this is our second demo day. Our first was actually for the Northwestern Mutual Black Founders Accelerator. We had our Expo Day December of 2022. And now this year, we had our demo day in October for the Techstars Boulder Summer 2023 cohort. And it went really well. What did you think? What were your favorite moments?
Oh man, where do I start? One, I will say my favorite moment was actually being there and watching you on stage presenting Snap Refund and knowing the story behind Snap Refund and where we started to actually making it the Google headquarters so we could present our tech company and one of the biggest tech companies ever. And I think it was really special. In addition to that, having like our friends there, people that we know that we invited that came, it was just really an amazing thing. Getting to see our cohort mates, getting to see them present and seeing the growth that they had and where they started from, and the different pivots that some companies had to actually being on stage to like having something really tangible to share and then being able to get investments. Overall, it was just a really, really great day. And I wish there was more days like that, honestly, because it was so much fun.
Definitely. I think one of the really cool parts for me was seeing how each other CEO of the other cohort companies got to prepare. And we would just drill each other, randomly like walk up and try to get a rep in where you'd practice your pitch. And I really, really admire the growth of a lot of those companies, just seeing where they were as a business when they started, where they ended up in the program, but also seeing the growth of the CEOs. I remember I was second in the order, so there's 12 of us, right? First up was Alex at Parlay, the CEO of Parlay. She's really amazing. And her and I like to always cheer them on from the sidelines. And her and I were sitting there as it's about to start. We're like, oh snap, like it's happening, like you ready, it's got to be here. And then she looked at me and she's like, I'm getting nervous. I'm like, I'm nervous too. And then I talked to a friend of mine named Rude actually, and I told him I was getting nervous before we had went up, and he was like, oh, you're not nervous, you're just excited, just tell yourself that. And I was like, okay, yeah. So then I looked at her and I was like, no, I think we're just excited. And she's like, oh, right, right. And then we went up and we killed it. It was really good.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely feel the excitement in the air, especially with just like the. Let's level set. So demo day, they had this year's demo day at Google headquarters, and they had it in this auditorium. And when I tell you it was standing room only in this auditorium, I don't know if it had to be like maybe over 200 people, but it was a lot of people. It was a lot of people that was doing some amazing things. And just to see that support system to come to encourage us and cheer us on, that's really why we were excited, is because we got to present to so many people that really had some value behind what we were doing and could give us quality feedback. And also in the building, you never know. There could have been someone there that could have just really changed our life, that was like, oh my God, I love these guys. I want to invest in these guys. And it happened to a number of our cohort mates where they were able to meet somebody at demo day that now is their lead investor and making things happen. So just being able to see that and feel that excitement and go through it, to me, I was really excited about that. And like I said, I wish there was more days like that, because really when you have those moments as a startup, to be able to celebrate yourself and to be able to like actually take the time and say, hey, you're always working, but enjoy this little victory. I think that really speaks a lot about the startup journey. And those are the moments in the startup journey that I just love the most.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, yeah. I mean, please, if there's something that you wanted to add into that, feel free and go ahead.
Well, yeah, I would just say, I mean, outside of just agreeing with everything you said, I think those little moments can be such a big multiplier of your energy sometimes that like you really need that. And that's what helps keep you going because you only get those moments occasionally, but usually that moment feels so good, it just makes you want to have more and more and helps you get through the tougher parts too.
I'll tell you one thing too that was really pivotal in this journey, being a part of the Techstars Accelerator, actually knowing what we were going through before we got into Techstars and being able to get into that demo day and graduate from that program was amazing. So let me recap. If you guys have been listening to us from like our first episode, you've known our journey. You've known what we've been through. You've seen the bumps, the ups, the downs. But there was a point in 2023 that as we were building Snap Refund, we had 0 clients and we had $1,000 in our bank account. Cody and I was having a lot of serious conversations of what are we going to do? We talked to different people, we had talked to investors, we had talked to people and really explained our situation. But sometimes it felt like everything that we were saying was falling on deaf ears. And it was like, oh, well, hey, every startup goes through this. If you fail, you fail, and so be it. We never had that mindset. And so we always had this like, no, it's going to work. We don't know how it's going to work, but it's going to work. And if we do get ourselves in an opportunity with somebody that believes in us and is willing to invest in us, we're going to give it all we got. So we go through the Drexel competition. We get a 25K grant from Drexel that completely saves our business. We didn't even know what was going to happen because we really had one more month of runway before we were done. So we didn't know. So we got that. Then after that, we get into the Techstars Boulder Accelerator, which comes with a 6-figure investment that now takes us throughout the rest of the year. And knowing that that happened to us, I think there was something that clicked within us. And I know it definitely clicked within me that, okay, now we have to give it every single thing that we got, and we have to take full advantage of this program so we can really take it to new heights, because I don't want to feel like we were in that position again, because it was really, really stressful. And I think a lot of startups, they go through that same thing. And so to actually go through that, I mean, there was really a moment when we were done that I got a chance to just sit back and really like process everything. And I really wanted to break down and cry, but I'm a G, so I kept it, I kept it tough. But it was really an overwhelming feeling to know that, man, there's so many things that could have happened that could have went wrong, but everything that happened to us went right. And that to me was so pivotal. And it's what's keeping us in this journey. So since then, we've been able to sign 4 clients. I mean, now we have 5-digit revenues. This is all in a span of like 6, 7 months, y'all. This is not even in like 1 year. This is in 7 months that this has happened. And that is the amazing thing about what happened through Techstars. In addition to that, in order for us to have really made the most out of our Techstars experience, I really have to thank everything that we went through the Northwestern Mutual Black Founders Accelerator through Generator, because it is that accelerator that prepared us to take full advantage of what we were able to do within Techstars. And I don't think we would have been as successful in this accelerator if we did not have that experience in the last accelerator. We knew what not to do. We knew what to do. We knew how to approach it. We knew how to talk to VCs. We knew how to actually work our sales pipeline. So there was just so many things that happened within that. And just having that culmination, like I said, I really had a moment. I was really processing everything, and I was just so grateful. And since then, bigger things have happened. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and tell the people what happened after Techstars Boulder Accelerator, because the good news kept coming.
Yeah, we had a really nice I don't know if you want to call it luck or showing, probably both. You know, it really takes both, I think, with startups. But we are the winners of the 2023 State Farm Pitch Competition at InsurTech Connect, the world's biggest insurance conference.
Yeah, that's major. And I don't think it's luck, because luck is defined as when preparation meets opportunity. It's we were prepared. And when the opportunity came, we finished. So you can define it as luck, but I define it as being prepared. And being prepared, because you never know when those opportunities come. And if you don't know, InsurTech ITC Vegas is the biggest InsurTech conference in the US. There's nothing like it. I'm talking about all the big dogs are there. And State Farm, they have a pitch competition. And how the pitch competition works is they'll have around 400 to 600 insurtech startups send in their application to apply to actually get in. From there, they only select 10 companies to present. Even for us to be accepted as one of the 10 companies to present was a major achievement. In addition to that, with the exception of one other company, we were the least funded company of all the different companies that were presented. So I just want you to keep in mind, there was companies that we were presenting against that already had over $1 million in investment in their companies, multiple resources to help them. It was just us. We were just building. And for Cody to get on that stage, to present the way that he did, to take all the experience that we learned through Generator, through Northwestern Mutual Black Founders Accelerator, through Techstars, and then take that and then pitch and then win. I mean, from that, it just really kicked off everything. My question to you is, do you think that being able to go through demo day really prepared you for that pitch competition, or would you have been successful either way?
Wow. I think it helped a lot. And I think we've been successful either way because that's the mentality that we just roll with, man. We don't let any loss be the last loss. That's just the most recent loss before we get to the next win. And it's really easy to assume that certain things happen because of other things, etc. So things can be related in some way, but when it all pans out, only the talent, only the perseverance that you have is what you can rest on. And that's where we went into that pitch with was the mentality of, okay, the CEO just had a ton of practicing and performing this pitch for Techstars. Let's take that, take the elements of it that were really successful for demo day and take the elements that maybe could have been improved and put that all into version 2.0 of that pitch and give that pitch on stage at ITC. And then we did that. We won the competition with it. And then we took that pitch, molded it, and then updated it even more before we pitched again on Thursday morning, which was the prize for winning. One of the prizes was to pitch on the main stage of ITC for the whole conference to see. And it was open for the general viewership of everyone there. And even that was amazing in and of itself because now that pitch is even better because the pitch before it was better. And the pitch before that one was also an improvement from the times before that. And it just keeps molding and building on itself. So whether or not we had the Texas Demo Day prep, I was going to go in there like I had the ability to win no matter what. But part of having that ability to win meant taking everything that we'd practiced before and putting it to good use. And that's what we did.
Yeah, it showed. It really, really showed. And I'm thankful, at least, that we were able to have that experience that led us up to that. Because, like you said, luck, I like to say being prepared when those opportunities come is what helped us prepare for that moment. And it was really, I also want to give a special shout out to State Farm and the personnel at State Farm that really organized it, because I thought they did a fantastic job organizing it. For me, what was really one of the most special moments was whenever I think it was the VP of of State Farm, when he got out there and he was able to present you, and knowing that here's this little startup that we built in our garage that started in Manayunk when we first were meeting in Manayunk in Philly, and then coming into the Northeast in Holmesburg and meeting in our basement in our garage and having this idea and working for 3 years of just the idea of building without even having a product, customer research, customer discovery, meeting weekly, having a vision, having a dream, sticking to it, being able to go through all of that. And then here we are being presented by one of the biggest insurance company in the world through State Farm, that they're having a pitch competition for innovators in insurtech. And here we are presenting and they saying snap refund. That to me was really one of the most special moments. In addition to that, having our real supporters there for us to cheer us on, our supporters from Generator, Precious, Destiny, the entire Northwestern Mutual team that was there, Kate Stillwell from from Neptune Jumpstart, um, having Jill there from Mutual of Omaha, and just having the support system of people just coming to cheer us on. And then being able to see, like at the end of the pitch, all these new people that you didn't even know come up to you and say, "Oh my God, I love this. We need to talk. We need to talk." That to me was really like the biggest highlight of that conference. And honestly, we had a lot of highlights of the year. That was top three highlight of the year.
Yeah, it
Definitely
was
top three
amazing.
highlight of the year.
It was super
Yeah.
special. And also, one thing that ties into that well, I think, is talking about the brand awareness. What's that been like for you? Like I always tell everyone, Anis Taylor, that's my secret weapon. He's a marketing guru behind all the magic you see here at Snap Refund. So, what was that like going from what you noticed with our brand awareness last year versus how it is this year?
Oh man. You know what? It was amazing to actually see the results. Doing the work was really hard. Thinking of the strategy, designing the strategy, executing the strategy, not being sure what's going to happen, and just really putting it out there into the ethos and just allowing things to come organically, it really helped. I will say I really do think my experience of that I've been able to have through different mentors in my life that have worked with some really phenomenal brands such as Nike, such as Brand Jordan, um, being able to gain all that experience that I had through film production and production, and just taking all of this knowledge and working with so many different people over the years to really help them, to now helping myself in a company that I built and doing it in an organic way, also without the resources. So I really thank you for thinking that and saying that, you know. But I think to me the greatest achievement of it all and just gaining that brand awareness is just being able to share our story. I mean, our story is really an organic and an authentic story. And when you're just open and honest and share like the downs and the ups with people, you start to get support. And that's what's been so fantastic about this is actually seeing people support us. I cannot tell you how many people that I have talked to that I've never even mentioned anything about our Snap Refund podcast. And they've come back and tell me, "Oh, I watch your podcast. Oh, I love your podcast. You guys are really growing. Wow, congratulations on getting into Techstars. Oh, I saw you guys in San Francisco at FounderCon." That to me is just amazing. So being able to take all this different level of experience and being able to like, okay, here I am. This is a real challenge, right? Anybody can market with a 10, $50 million budgets. You know, big companies, half of their budget is spent on marketing. Why don't you try marketing and building brand awareness with an insure tech company with $0? That to me is a challenge. If you could do that with no money and you could really build something and build awareness, especially in a juggernaut industry like the insurance industry, then you're doing something. And that to me, I really can't put it into words to actually see it starting to happen. But I will say there's a lot more work to do. There is a lot more work to do, and I'm excited to get to it.
Oh, I know you're
Yeah.
ready. We're ready for you. It's going to be a whole new year quite shortly here. And each year is also really exciting for us because I've just seen the growth, as things turn over from each calendar year to the next. It's been a huge leap each time. And it's the overall position of the business and also my own growth just as a person, let alone as a CEO and as a founder. And I think you probably say the same for yourself. So I'm looking forward to the annual shareholders meeting here in a few weeks. It's going to be lit.
Yeah, I am too. I think we've been talking about that really like how we're going to present it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think for me, what really is the funnest part about it is actually doing it, right? It's like we're actually going to have a shareholder meeting because we have shareholders. We have investors that, we're responsible to. When we're building this business, we don't think just about you and I and what we're going to do. We actually think about our investors and the type of culture that we want to build and the type of foundation that we want to build. We're really particular on the people that we're bringing into our cap table. And I can tell you this right now, on this moment that we are recording this podcast, every single individual and every single organization and entity that is on our cap table, I love. I can be friends with any of them, whether our business is successful or not. These are people that I truly admire. And that makes me want to go even harder for them because there's nothing more in my gut that I want to do than to give somebody that gave us a $10,000 check investment $1 million return on his investment. That's really what I want to do and be able to provide that for them because I know that the opportunities in this space is humongous and they know it. But what I respect is that they're taking a chance on us. So, yeah, I can't wait to build that. And there's some other fun things too that we could talk about actually I'll talk about now because hey, this is the Snap Refund podcast, and you guys hear it first from us, and just share some of those ideas. So when we do this, you guys will remember where you heard it first. One of the things that I've been thinking about that I really want to do is if you see like these big tech companies, they always have like their annual where they present their next launch date or whatever their new technology is. You've seen it with Steve Jobs, you've seen it with Steve Ballmer back in the day. I can't wait for us to do that with Snap Refund. I'm telling you right now, that one is going to be magic, where we're going to be able to showcase our new features. What is it that we're working on? This new dashboard, and just get everybody so excited. So that's one of the ideas that I also can't wait to do next year because we will be doing that because we're really building this platform. And there's a lot of new features that we've been adding on that are really fantastic that it's important for us to showcase with our clients and our developers and the people that's on board with us and the people that want to grow with us that want to utilize Snap Refund. So that's one of the things that I'm really excited about as well.
Yeah, I also am interested to see how this cap table allocation starts to change and grow over time because the shareholders meeting this year is bigger than the one last year, right? Last year it was really just me and you, and this year probably 10 times that size, just from like a number of representatives from all the various organizations and entities that'll be there. And that's a pretty good note actually for what we've been doing. I think Anis can probably see like the bags under my eyes because I've been heavy on this fundraising journey, y'all, and it's been a journey. It really is a journey. And it's very challenging mentally for me and probably for most founders, but I can only speak for myself because I have to talk to skeptical people every day. And that gets old. And I'm someone who loves to debate, or maybe I used to more. But it takes a toll on you, honestly. And that's one thing that I'm looking forward to being done with because as I see more and more people join our cap table that we really want to be there, it gives me so much joy and exuberance because I'm like, wow, like they took this chance and they get it. They resonate with this. And more than anything, at the stage that we're at now, this company, they just believe in us, right? And they know that no matter what it looks like, hey, this team's gonna figure it out. And I respect that so much. I rock with that in my core. Like I have so much fire for that. But for every one of those, there's 50 of this isn't really going to work, or like, oh, what about the differentiators? You have some headwinds in the market. Like all those conversations take some sort of bandwidth or time where you have to go to battle. And my job is to bend the opinions in the room to the favor of Snap Refund. And it's a job that I will do to my best ability always. But as a human coming here in the end of the year, the stakeholders meeting for me is like a celebration moment in a lot of ways because I can really celebrate the people who that came and took that risk with us and are here to share in all the rewards we've been able to create for them so far, and it's only getting bigger. So I'm really excited as we go forward to have that meeting because I have the utmost respect for every single person that'll be on that call.
Yeah, I will say, Cody, man, I have the utmost respect for you because, knowing the type of person you are and knowing how hard you work, how much sacrifice you've made for this company. I've been on those calls and I've heard just a few because I'm not on as many as you are, but the amount of preventative questions that you get as opposed to the promotion questions that you get. And so, what do I mean by preventative questions? Cody will get a lot of these questions when he's in calls, and, why should I trust you? What is your company? Why should your company be able to do this? All these companies are going to die. Why are you not going to be any different than these companies going to die? A question is, well, what's your vision for the future? What do you see that payments will do in 2024? I'm promoting you and I'm encouraging you to give these questions. But I don't know why that is. And I'm sure a lot of founders experience this, founders from all across the globe, all across the dynamics, race, gender, social class. You experience these preventative questions and these promotion questions. However, I do see when I'm on the call with Cody with a lot more, like you said, you'll get one that will give you promotion, that the 50, they're so, it's like, I don't know what word to really put it into experience, but it's like, I don't know anything about you. I don't believe you, and I don't want you to succeed. And I'm going to give you questions to prove why you're not going to succeed. And it does get tiring. How do you, like, as a CEO, continue to, take those type of beatings and bruises and still push? It's like, okay, hey, come back and see us when you have one client, and then you come back and see them when you have one client. Well, come back and see us when you have two clients. All right, well, I have four clients now. All right, well, come back and see us when you win an accelerator. All right, well, we won, we're in Techstars. Well, that's not enough. Come back and see us when, somebody else says your name. Well, we just won a State Farm pitch competition. It's never good enough. How do you continue to push through that to get us to where we're at today? And how we're going to continue to push through that in the future? Because I don't think that's going to be the end of it. I think it's going to be continuously more. How do you get through that threshold, bro?
Yeah, it's a really good question. And each time I face that kind of, that line of thinking where it's like this ever receding goalpost of like, you think you're about to hit the end zone and they're like, oh, it's actually 20 yards further, right? So each time that happens, back, I think earlier on in the journey, it was like, damn, like we really like need someone like that to say yes. Now, as we get further and further, each time we hit those end zones and it's not enough for that investor, it's less of, damn, I really need them. It's, oh, I need them less now because I just accomplished all these things. So now there's going to be someone else who does get it, who's going to come take this ride and dip into this awesome ROI that we're going to bring them, who I don't have to have this like weird dynamic with where it's never enough because people who it's never enough for are really just too cowardly to admit that it's not ever going to be enough. So instead, they try to take the free option forever and it keeps saying like, "Oh, well, come back when you do this. Come back when you do this." It's like, nah, actually, I'm good. Enjoy, love.
Yeah. I mean, I think you have to be like that, really, um, n- not to get philosophical on this, but, there's, I don't even want to, say what I'm thinking. I think it's just really important just to continue to push, you know, there's a lot of fight in you. There's a lot of grit in you that I don't think any of that is ever going to bring you down. And to me, where I really salute you the most is that when I see you get hit with those jabs and you keep taking it and you keep winning and you keep winning. You can't get a client, you get a client. Well, you can't get two clients, you get four clients. Well, you're not going to be able to generate revenue. Well, you're in five-figure revenue. You're not going to be able to raise X amount of dollars. You're raising X amount of dollars. And not only are you raising, I mean, you have I love Northwestern Mutual, and to have Northwestern Mutual on our side, we have the best on our team where we're working together. We're working together to come up with solutions with these really tough claim issues. Like that to me is what matters, and that's to me is what counts. And for me to see you go through that, it inspires me, bro. Honestly, it makes me want to go even harder. So when we're thinking of, okay, well, how are we going to continue to build these brand awareness things? I'm editing, I'm writing all through the morning, taking meetings, like whatever it takes to support the business. But also, honestly, Cody, I want to support you because we've been in this together. You're my friend, you're my brother, you're my co-founder. Like, I don't want to see you as a CEO not be able to reach the levels that I know that you deserve to be at. Just because somebody else gave them 10, 50, $100 million, they can use their words to try to put you down, as opposed, like you say, being straight up, hey, we're not going to invest, but keep going, or being encouraging. It's not even anything like that. It's like, oh, you're going to die. And like, what? Like your company's gonna be in the grave and be dead. Really, bro? Like, like, how many founders out there hear that? I'm sure it's abundance of us, and it really affects founders. But then to be on your team and see how you continue to push through that, it makes me want to push even harder because we're not gonna let that pull us down.
Man, I appreciate all that so much. And I think that's the beauty of having a teammate is you really have that person to lean on. And in the same way, you inspire me, man. I look at the things that you've been able to do with a fraction of the resources as someone else in your position. And you're out here getting it, bro. Like you're getting it. It's like you're really doing your thing.
Well, you know what I will say too? What really helps is it's a lot of fun. Like I love Snap Refund. I love the business that we're in. I love payments. Like so much. I'm getting my master's degree in digital currency and blockchain. Like I'm even like anticipating what decentralized finance is going to look like and talking with world-class professors and economists and bringing them new use cases that they never even heard of. They're like, oh wow, that's how much I love this stuff. We were a part of a working group through Fed Now, and to see the success that Fed Now is having now and being a part of that, and actually sculpting out what that was going to look like. You don't get paid for any of that stuff. You got to really be one, just love it and be a nerd for this stuff. And like, I really am like, and not only that, it's just fun. And I think a lot of founders out there can relate to it. If there was anything that we've been saying from the beginning, it's like, if you find something that you're really passionate about and you enjoy doing, it really doesn't feel like work. If anything, it feels more like a challenge, And so, yeah, we just got to keep pushing each other until we get to that point, really. And we're there. We're almost there. We're almost there.
Totally. Well, that's a good segue actually into what we have coming up. Part of the fundraising is to help grow our small team to keep up with all the demand we've been getting. So I'm super excited. We've got two key hires lined up that both are so perfect for the team, so amazing at what they do. And I cannot wait to give an opportunity to come to Snap Refund and bring all those talents to South Beach, like LeBron said.
I can't wait too, man. I think that to me too is like the funnest part about the anticipation of building a business. Is you start with two people in a basement in Manioc, right? And then from there you grow into having a team of three, a team of four, a team of eight, a team of 12, a team of 50, 100-person team in different parts of the world, like that. I can't wait for that because I know we're built for it. I know we have the business to do it. I know the people that we can hire will be world-class talent. Like we've never done anything that hasn't been world-class talent or world-class. Like, so I know we're going to get there. So just to be able to actually make that happen is what I'm looking forward to the most. Man, I can't wait to actually have our first hires and actually introduce them when we can on this podcast and bring in our team and and just show our listeners and our viewers out there like, wow, these guys really did it. And we've shared everything. I don't think there's been anything that we have held back with our listeners and anybody listening or watching this podcast that you have not experienced. If you want to know everything of how we have gotten to where we've got with Snap Refund, All you got to do is tune into episode one and grow with us to where we're at now. So I'm right there with you. What do you see as like, okay, we get these key hires. What happens now? Where does the business go once we get these hires?
Yeah, we've had a strong run of founder-led sales growth, especially over the past 2 quarters, which has really shown us a lot on what the right messaging looks like, what signals of product market fit are revealed from the feature sets that we choose to build and sell to our clients. And those key hires, number one, will be helping us take all those really hard fought lessons and scaling it out into a procedural way to get more reliable success, essentially, and bring in more reliable traffic, revenue, clients, etc. Beyond that, I'm also looking forward to filling in some of the gaps in our team where right now, you and I, we wear a lot of hats, right? Some of these hires will actually be able to help break out certain responsibilities that you and I have. They can really be someone's full role and they can excel in that role if given the chance. And it will be that much better than you and I could ever even do it individually because we simply have to divide up our time amongst so many things. And everyone has their own talents, right? Your talents and my talents are in whatever slices of this big pie chart they're in, but we're still doing the rest of the pie too because we have to. But eventually that can narrow down and we can focus on the parts that you and I are really naturally good at and have experience in, while other people get to apply their talents to those roles. So
Yeah,
that's from a professional standpoint what I'm really excited about. But going beyond that, I'm from a small family. So I was raised by my dad and my mom and my sister in St. Louis. And then eventually my dad passed away. It was just me and my mom and my sister for most of my life. So I grew up with a small family. I was always looking at my friends who had big families, and I was thinking, like, man, it would be so nice to have a full house one day and be able to have my own family around me, and we can all grow into the people that we're going to be. And I don't like to draw the work family comparison necessarily because I think a lot of people use that as like a crutch to try to make it seem like more noble than what it is. But what it really means to me is I get to do my best to contribute towards creating an environment for people to come in and express themselves and be the best version, the most actualized version of themselves that they can be. And we all get to decide together what that looks like. We get to make the culture. We get to set the vibe. And that's something that I could not be more thankful for and more excited for as we get into 2024 here.
that's so true because honestly, you're going to be spending more time with your work family than with anybody else, and if you're able to set, like you said, that culture and that vibe from the beginning and really grow with that. Like you said, everybody, I mean, literally everybody on our cap table today, I can hang out with. Everybody. They're all wonderful people and great friends. Bringing new employees, continuing to grow onto that, where it's like, it's never these awkward feelings where you have to like, oh, I have to act a certain way or talk or act it because I'm concerned because one, maybe I'm working for someone else and there's always weird things that can happen when you're working. But no, now you get to set that tempo. And that is exciting. One thing too that I see the benefit of bringing in this employees, right? If we're talking about actually building Snap Refund into a unicorn, I think this is with anything that you're building, whether it's business, whether it's a product or whatever, it's about fully optimizing, right? We want to optimize the most that we can with what we have. We're not at full capacity optimization when the person doing operation is also doing marketing, accounting, when the CEO is doing sales, picking up tech, doing might even have to do customer service. We're not fully optimizing our platform. Bringing in new hires and new employees and bringing that to the team, now we're starting to optimize what we can do. Now we're starting to produce even more. And that's really what it comes down to. These hires is not just so we can hang around and have a great powwow. No, this is so we can really get us to unicorn status because the best people are coming in to do the best job. That is exactly what it is. Nobody is getting drained. Nobody is getting burnt out just because we have to continue to push. No, what we're actually doing is we're optimizing. And that's really the key term that I want to continue to focus on as I think about operations, right? Is how can we continue to optimize that? So it's getting more while even doing less, right? We're working hard, we're working smarter, not harder. But what we do to really fully optimize is work smart and work hard. So that's what I'm really excited about, honestly. And I can see that. And that is going to be our path of being a unicorn, really, is going to be that.
Absolutely. You
Yeah.
might have to change your title to a chief optimization officer.
Hey, a COO, right? It got a nice ring to it.
That's right. All right, Anis, final thoughts here as we wrap up. What do you want to leave the people with?
um, hey, thank you guys for sticking with us, being through us this journey. If you're starting a business, don't let nobody tell you that you can't make it and what you can't do. Just go out there and do it. Believe in yourself. I hope that you guys have a great holiday. If we Thanksgiving just passed, Christmas is coming up. Have Spend as much time as you can with your family. Really take it in. And I just pray that the year coming up for you is going to be the best year coming up, and just continue to grow. Really, that's really what I have to leave you guys with. What about you, Cody?
For me, I want to make sure everyone out there knows whatever you're going through as a founder, it's totally normal. It's all part of this bigger picture that we can't even really see in the moment sometimes. And it's always okay to just lean on someone. I do it all the time where I just talk to other founders and say, like, hey, like, I'm not feeling too good right now. Like, what have you been going through? Here's what I've been dealing with. And really letting yourself open up like that, because if you don't give yourself that space, to have that emotional release, it can always make it harder in the end to recover from. And I've seen that firsthand from a lot of people around me. So now is definitely a time of year and people start to take a bit of rest if you can. And I would recommend everyone do that. And please just try to keep your cup full with things that really matter to you. And all good things come in time.
I like what you say too. Go out there and touch the grass. You
Go
know,
touch some grass, baby.
go touch some grass. Most definitely. Really want to leave everybody with that. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of the Snap Refund Podcast. We appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful holiday, and we will be catching you soon.
Peace,
Peace,
y'all.
y'all.